Hello? Oh, hey there. Wait a second. I'm not here. I should be right about there. Hello. Wait, no. Oh no, I'm Pokken. Chan? Wait, Electra. Electra. Oh my gosh. Did you have a? Am I muted? I'm muted. There we go. I'm back. Wait, you're mad. Oh no. Hello, everyone. I am Victory, coming to you live from this season's Rokumatsuri. I am not the host, but I was about to say I'm the host. I'm the host for my gate. We'll be doing, well, my stall for the gate, we'll be making Chan-made horrors together. Why did it say that you're live now? Oh shoot. I don't think it advertises. I don't think it advertises very well. All I have is Twitter. Did it send out the Twitter posts? I think it might have. Although I was just talking to you too. Congrats on the first light. We're gonna be making art today. Yes, Sad Fox. Oh man. I did not advertise this very well though, but I definitely should have told you while I was talking to you. Although I thought you weren't going to be able to make it. I thought you would have had a busy day today and rested and all that. But I guess it's also at a strange time. It's not quite the opening hour for Rokumatsuri. It's a couple hours afterwards. So I'll be live for a couple hours for the opening, the very opening of it, and we'll be doing creation of a VTube model over the course of quite a few streams. Bad Chan, I messed up. I pulled a goof, a few goofs. This is the first time having so many things open at once. I have the Discord for Rokumatsuri open, which has its own stream going on through a virtual camera, so it might be flipped. I'm not too sure how Discord works all too well. I might have to flip everything, flip every single individual thing. I hope you're doing good, Electra, and hopefully the ankle is better than before. Was it the ankle that you sprained a day or a couple days ago? I hope it's good. You didn't have to walk around too much. Bug. Deserved a bug. I missed. I goofed. The boys are all sound asleep right now. This is not goblin hours for them. We'll be making art through my own little terrible process on Inkscape. I have something to show. And it'll be kind of like a bunch of series of time jumps to show the different process for creating your own models through a very terrible way. Well, my way, but it's also, well, difficult to describe, but it won't be the best way to do it. I should have left backseating on. Your ankle is bruised and I had town, so I couldn't rest it. Oh, yeah, bruised and he had to go into town? Oh, excuse me. Oh yeah, I suppose he had to go over for singing, was it? I'm not too sure what he will off to town for with her mom. But I hope that you could get some rest this weekend. You don't go out to town too much, do you? Hopefully now you can go ahead and lie down, just prop up the ankle for a good 30 hours or so until it heals. Oh wait a second, I need to change. We are not at the resting area anymore. We are at the opening, the grand opening of the gate. Let me go rebird this. Wait, this sounds like it's a permanent thing. Stall opening. There we go. You had to get new glasses? Oh, okay. So I imagine that's only a one-time thing. Oh, I'll see you later on. I'm so happy with you. I'm sorry, I got confuzzled. I hope to see you around, Electra. I'll be streaming for a couple hours, and then the rest of the event and everyone else's stalls will be open. Excuse me. It'll be open through the Discord, which will be available through this link down below, which isn't here, and it won't be down below. It'll be right here on the side. Or maybe down below if you're watching on Twitch. That'll be where anyone can make submissions for advice, questions, or maybe advice for me. Hopefully we could both grow after this weekend in terms of, well, this won't be the ideal way. It'll be one way. It'll be my way of making stuff. Next time, I'll tell you next time. I think I left out the part where I was going to send out a tweet before, or I forgot to send out a tweet earlier. Say, hey, we're going to be. Excuse me. We're gonna be live, but I'm also glad that I didn't send out because I came here a bit late to make sure everything was working good. Although everything isn't working good, but hopefully it's a lot of it's working. At least most stuff is working. I think Discord might have silence and it might be flipped. I'm not too sure. No one currently on there yet, but that'll be where people can go ahead and join the Discord to go ahead and talk or submit work in order to be edited on stream. Oh, it's working for you. I'm back in the server. Okay, for Rokumatsuri, that'll be where I am. There's a place called Lab After Hours, which is essentially the waiting room before I bring you onto the stream. Thank you for the lurk, Electra. It'll be weird. It'll go from a Twitch stream to a Discord stream, so it'll just be a completely different shift in tone, I imagine, or not tone, but culture. No more Twitch culture. It'll be at Discord culture, where the stream will probably be a little flipped over. Can't talk in a server? You should be able to talk in the server, but I would have to bring you onto the stream itself. There's a waiting room I drag people in. It'll be for people that are not verified, but I'll have to make sure that they're part of the event and bring them in so I don't get flustered. A more procedural way of going ahead and going through the tutorials. Oh, you need to verify your account? Oh, are you going to be using your old account? Because that might be the one that doesn't have the password for it, and you can't verify that one. Excuse me. I would probably know that you're Electra, but I'll have to also get a chat from you first, because I feel like there'll be Electra Nightfox 244, and then it won't be the right Discord account. Still can't verify it? Yeah, it's a community server, so it might require a different account. Can you verify it elsewhere? Or maybe creation of a new account. Although I guess you did recently create another account. It's a little while ago. Let me go ahead and open up stuff quickly. Or, well, it won't be too fast, actually. You leaving it? Oh, it's all good. It'll be a bit difficult without a verified account, I imagine. I wonder how it actually works then, if it would just be completely quiet. Oh, see you later, Electra. It was good to say hi to you. It was good to see you and talk to you. Even though there's no small Electra to place on Chunko this time. Let me go ahead and open up Inkscape quickly, which is probably not something that people should use, but it's what I use for making my graphics. Let me go ahead and bring this and plop this open 1 second. Window capture and Inkscape. Wait, where? Inkscape? Oh, there it is. Okay, it's working now, I believe. It's so teeny tiny. 1 second, let me make this a little bigger. Oh, that's strange. That is not the correct size for it. I wonder what's doing that. There's a little space on the side. Thank you for the lurk, Electra. There's a bit of a little space on the side there for whatever reason. Let me move this make this a little bigger. A little bigger. Eh? Wait, is that it? Okay, right. There we go. Did the chat get bigger? This doesn't seem right. It seems like it was flattened or something. Maybe it's hiding stuff on the side. It might be. Oh, wait, Lance! Hello, Lance! I hope you're doing absolutely amazing today. Oh, yeah, it's actually today. Actually in the daytime. Strange. Oh, chat box is the right size. Okay, there we go. It do be open. Hey there, Lance. This be Victory's Gate. Oh, the grand opening of my stall. You're confused too? I am also confused. Did I say that? Did I say that already? I'm very confused. It's a new kind of stream. There'll probably be heavy editing later on because this is meant to be a bit of an open tutorial with people. There'll be a Discord that people could join to bring in their own PNGs if they have VIP that I could edit on stream. Or if you're not VIP, I could just go ahead and edit all this stuff. I mean, I wouldn't edit this stuff, but I mean, taking questions and the like. There's a open text channel for any questions that people may have in making their own art move with live 2D, or maybe something else. Oh no, the skills might be applicable elsewhere. But I'll be using Inkscape and live 2D. Inkscape is probably a bad idea. I'm going to be very quick with it, just to say like, hey, this is how I get the general shape and the like, and then I'll just do a time jump to where the art is better and less crunchy. I hope you're doing good, Lance. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing today. Making art move will require art skill in the first place, which is something I lack. I lack art skill too, and yet I will try my darndest. I will. Yeah, my absolute darndest. It'll be really crusty looking. But there is a finished model that I'll go ahead and move to later on. So the very brief few moments of the stall opening, it will look really crusty, and I'll go ahead and change over to the one that required me to have a lot of time spent on it. I hope people don't get confused about that later on. I'm going to bring up my own model. That's all nearly done up. Not for me, for someone else. I'll be opening up later, so it won't be like it won't be 14 hours or so worked on art. It'll be more like 100 hours of art. Sorry, you missed the stream yesterday. I did catch the clip where you forced to wear the maid outfit though. Forced? What do you mean? I think I was not forced at all. I definitely just, Fluffy gave that outfit to me and immediately put it on, and she was really surprised, like, oh, I didn't even ask for you to put it on. I feel like she was maybe taken aback by me putting it on. Okay, this stall will be open. Let's go ahead and change this around. Oh no. Hey there, MHB. Cynthia Rise plays. I could hear it in my head. Aloha. Aloha to you too, MHB. The sound alerts to be off today, so the tutorials don't get too off the rails. So there'll be the camera and the like and the treats for the boys, but the sound alerts will be off for maximum focus. It's all good, you guys. Though the streams do be at strange times, especially this stream out of schedule. I'm glad that you're both here today. This will be the opening bit of the stall, but I'll be moving the stream to elsewhere through Discord, and hopefully I can get the sound working over there. What do I even call this section actually? Model art outline. Yeah, there we go. I'll be bringing a finished model in about an hour or so, and that'll be why I'm ending the stream on before moving to Discord entirely. Hey there. Hey Lance. It's good to see you both here. It do be a strange time. I guess I could actually turn up the sound a little bit for myself and hear the music. The calming purple cat. No jump scares today. Realize you were streaming confused me, but now I'm here. I'm glad that you're MHP. Glad that both you beans be here. Let us begin. I think everything can be good. Alright then. So I started off with making the canvas right beforehand because I wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally dox myself, so I got my own little page open with the page size already set up. Heck yeah, glad that you made it. I'll be streaming tomorrow too for a couple hours. Same as today for Rokumatsuri, but it'll be a time jump in terms of the art that's done. It'll be a huge jump ahead, I think. It'll go from Inkscape to Live 2D. I will try make. Chan egg. That is the peak of art. Nothing that I do this weekend will peak that at all. Nothing peaks the egg. Just as a warning, this will be incredibly lumpy at first, and then I'll smooth it out later. Oh no. I just realized it's going to have all the colors from when I was working on the cell. Chan egg, one of the patented Chan made horrors? I wouldn't quite count it. It's more of well, it's from Pokken. It's a face off of the Pokken tournament that had an egg that is also not my egg. I won't quite say it's definitely the essence of it, but not quite what I would call Chan made. Everything else on Inkscape will be Chan made. I just realized the small one's logo is going to be back there for a while. Is what you draw in a secret? Oh no, I'm going to jump ahead later on to something else, showing what this should look like after it's done. Oh wait a second. I did it again. I completely forgot that. Wait. I completely forgot about hotkeys. This happened last time too. I'm going to have to make sure all the hotkeys are off. I like that. I like the tentacles. I like that. I like that the octopus is completely flipped around this time around. Let me go ahead and deactivate a bunch of my hotkeys I use. We'll have to change. Switch to scene will be off. And what else will be off? I think just a bunch of stuff I'll have to turn off entirely. To make sure it doesn't get messed up while I'm on Inkscape. Because before I turned off all my music before. I turned off all the stuff. Let me see. That's just about everything. Any switching to scene won't happen. Not this time. Octopus? Yeah, the little octopus in chat from Planes. Is it an octopus? A squid. It's a oh my gosh. Okay, that's Chan made, but I guess that's also a Pokemon thing that I guess technically I don't have, but I did make that one, I suppose. That is something that I want to, well, I did make that, but that is something that I really like that I made. Oh, I just realized I don't need to turn off a bunch of the hotkeys. I could just make it so I need to click multiple buttons. I could click the Alt at the same time. That'll be much better. Control Alt L, and what else? Okay, I'll get all this set up. That one too. Oh my gosh, that one. You love them? I'm really proud of them. Although the little guy isn't animated, but I definitely want him to animate. I definitely want to animate more. Whole lot more. Sadly, I'm working on hotkeys right now because there's always a few things, a bit of stuff that you have to go ahead and figure out. Okay, I think that's just about everything. Just about. I'm pretty sure a bunch of the other stuff I could just have turn on if need. Well, if not need be, it'll just accidentally turn on. Are you guys an Inkling or Octopus in Splatoon 3? Oh, I'm an Octoling because of the big hair that you can get as them. Lots of big hair that I like. I think that's good. I think I set everything up properly. We'll probably figure out later on. It'll just completely mess up. Yeah, I think that's good. There we go. Let's apply and we'll be good. Octoling because I love Asian 8 and paid $20 for it. Yeah, I had it set initially because I thought, well, I paid for it, so now I need to change to it. Oh, there we go. There, okay. I actually do really like Asian 8. Asian 8 was Asian 8 was amazing. The very first thing that I have with a live 2D model is just making the face itself. So they tend to look very much the same for me. Every single time that I work on them, they look the same, but then I start changing around to things in the face, and then the fear of same face ends up leaving. Oh, I just realized you can't see it, but I'm putting on a mirror right now, and I'm going to have it set up in the very center of the page, the vertical page center, because when you work with Live 2D later on, it has it so that every single thing doesn't exactly get centered later on. You should center it from the very beginning and have it centered the entire time. From when you transfer PNGs to a Adobe file or I forget what it's called exactly, a Photoshop file for Live 2D, and then when you transfer it to Live 2D from there, the canvas should also be the same. It should be right in the center. So it's good to have it just centered the entire time. Vertical page center symmetries throughout the entirety of the project. Splat 2 DLC? Considering getting Splatoon 2 a lot lately, I think it would be worth it just for the DLC, but you would have to really make sure that you like the DLC because it's very much, well, it is quite expensive with the DLC. Let me make it so that there's not a strange shape here. And smooth all this out, because all of this will be exposed later on. We'll fuse the paths to make sure that the middle white line doesn't show up later on. The only reason you play Splatoon 2 nowadays is for DLC. They don't play it anymore. Yeah, I imagine it's completely dead now. A cool museum though. Let me bring this over the line just a little bit, and I'll make it so that there's a good peek. A good peek from the middle there. Although, it looks a little weird when I'm zoomed in like that. It looks like it's incredibly pointed. This is probably going to have crashes at some point. I imagine there will be a lot of them. Good luck with saving up for it. It should be a good experience if you get it, even though it might be very much dead. Some of the facial features I'm trying to get rid of because Live 2D itself can have it so that you warp the sides of the face. So I don't want to have a cheek exposed. I'll have the, I don't know how to describe it, but the hole for the eye, it will cave in a little bit. When you go ahead and look to the left, you'll see the eye above here and the cheek protruding. So I'll have that later on. Here I'll have a very smooth face. This is Inkscape. It's a very terrible program for this, but it's the one I picked up because it's a vector-based art program that uses, well, vectors and these nodes everywhere. So I draw a very sloppy line and I move nodes and arrows that protrude from each node. It's much easier on the hands because I damaged my hands a long time ago. So this is sadly one of the only ways I can actually go ahead and create stuff without causing a lot of pain in the hands. Oh, seems fun. Dead or not, could be saving. It might be good, but I imagine there might be hackers though there. I'm not too sure though. The program is called Inkscape. It's a vector-based program. The top of the head doesn't quite matter too much. I'll have the top of the head hidden, but it's still good to have the same a good general shape for it. Let's have a quick mouth. It's good to have a neutral expression for the mouth. Oh, sorry to ask you to repeat yourself a lot. It's all good. I repeat myself a lot of the time anyway. It's all good. We'll have a very neutral expression. Again, making it so that we have symmetry over this. Over the middle of the face, or the middle of the canvas. Well, the face itself. It's good that with an anime style you have a good painted chin a lot of the time. At least that's why I like to do, at least for feminine forms, is having a pointed chin like that. Well, I mean, I just like that in general. I'll have to change around my own face, but also having my own model, because I keep on getting caught up with making stuff that isn't tied to it. It isn't tied to myself. It's a bit weird doing this, having a tutorial leading up to animating in live 2D if I'm going to have stuff that is, well, PNG based. There's PNGs for me. Even the boys have live 2D. Drawing myself? Nah, this will be a character that you see later on called Connie, who is just about done elsewhere, but right now I'm going to just do a bit of a redo. So this festival that I'm part of right now is Rokumatsuri. It's a online festival held by Roku, a VTuber that is very much supportive of others and has a really amazing community of people picking each other out. Here we go. And that is what I stand for. Oh, hello, Spoops. Good evening. I hope you're doing good today. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing this weekend. It'd be a bit of a strange time. This is the very beginning of Rokumatsuri. The very beginning. Oh, okay, not quite the beginning. I was late by a couple hours. This doesn't quite look right. Never mind. Let me go ahead and change this around. This will be a bit of just a layout, an outline of leading up to the reveal of the full model. Well, not quite the full model. It'll be a simplified version. Aloha, Spoops. I like that Victor robot is still working. I wish I could have Twitch chat combined with Discord chat. There's nothing in the Discord right now, but I eventually will figure out how to combine chats. Your gamer back dying along with all my limbs, but good. Your gamer back? And your limbs? Hi, but Spoops, wait, your gamer back. Haven't been playing a lot of games lately. I imagine that's what you mean. Let's make this a little smaller, and we'll center this. Oh, wait a second. we'll make this a little smaller, but with this instead. I just realized this is going to end up causing reflection because of how the symmetry or the mirror symmetry is working. Let's do this. There we go. Okay, that's better. I'll just reapply the symmetry effect. There's going to be a lot of glitches for this. I have a lot of issues with this program. We'll want to make sure that all the strokes are of the same size. Every single time there is a rescaling. There's a lot of rescaling. That's the good part about making something for the purpose of live 2D, is that you make a lot of stuff with the purpose of having it cut apart. And it's just a lot of rescaling. But that should be done at the very beginning of it. Not later on. You should have everything scaled right. And then you go ahead and move everything from your original art file all the way up to live 2D. Hope V11. Hope V11 spoops. Down the, well, as living as a ghost can do. Not really, it's just so always like that. Need a better chair? Wish I could play more games too, though. Yeah, the issue with having to take a lot of breaks, make sure that, well, breaks, but also so many games, and need some time for yourself, for your hobbies and the like. It'd be difficult. I hope it's better though. A good chair. Yeah, I need a new chair myself, but it's a good office chair. That's the thing about office chairs, is that a lot of the time you end up with a really ugly chair, but at least it's one that's made to have you in the same place for as long as possible. Not anytime soon? Oh yeah, I imagine the money be difficult. And not just Osu. A lot of games that you want to play. Oh yeah. There's gonna be a lot of uncanny valley with this, by the way. There's gonna be a lot of strangeness here. There we go. A very quick eye. This is going to be the overlay of the eye. Let me just, or not the overlay, but more of, I don't know how to describe it. It's not mascara, is it? I can't think of what this is actually would be called on the face. Oh yeah, no money and no room as well. Oh man, I had no room in my first dorm room. There was absolutely nothing there that I had. It was I was barely able to actually go ahead and lie down in it. It was about half a chan long. If you see myself when I'm not blinking, that is what I'm working on right now. This is going to be a two-part piece. I'm going to remove this part down here, but I'm not going to do that just yet. That's a good part about working with the vector art program, is that I could separate a lot of stuff easily after drawing it instead of doing it from the get-go. But this should be in two places, the top and the bottom, at least for the style that I have for live 2D. Wait, let me see. Okay, if I'm trying to look at my own model, but this is not the way that I'm going to have this model done. I'm going to have this so that there is a downwards arch later on. This is why I'm having this bottom part here on the side separate, or at least it will be separate later on. It's because it's going to curl up into the eye and it'll disappear. There will only be the top part of the eye. Sort of like, I guess sort of like my own model. The side disappears. And this is what I intend to do later on, is have the side of my eye able to vanish. This needs to be new measurement officially. New measurement. Chan lengths. I guess I could just I could have the whole thing here in terms of chan lengths. That'll be smooth, but this part, the interior, will be otherwise. We'll have a sharp. Oh, I just realized this is not the way that I want it to look. There should be a sharp end to it. I'll do a way of making this pointed later on. I don't want it to be pointed, but it'll be just for a little bit. Let me go ahead and do this. There we go. I think it's good enough. Although it's very dark. It's very, very dark. I'll add color to it later on. But again, the color will be away from the side here because I'm going to disconnect this. I don't want this to be multiple colors or a gradient or anything like that, because I'm going to be cutting it and causing them to merge. And if I have a gradient over here, it'll be really obvious if I don't do this part right. You'll see every bit of a shift in the gradient when I'm animating this. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this on the other side. Combine and shift in the middle. This is going to look really funky in a moment. Was it already centered? Oh. Wait, okay, I think that was lucky. Hey, Slowbro. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if Discord will actually have the community game slow. No, I guess it won't be running technically. Should be in the center of the face. Cheek is right here. There we go. It's okay, that's a little bit lower than the halfway point in the face. Oh man, I think the bad luck MHP is carrying from yesterday. Let me make this a little smaller. I'll fix this up a little bit later on. This part will encompass the rest of the eye. I'll have the eye white inside, and it'll be the very top part of the entirety of the eye that covers up the rest of it when it closes up. I'm gonna have to change gears later on. Have the reveal of the rest of them all, I think, in the last 15 minutes. So I'll be doing this for an hour, and then we'll have to see where it is. It'll probably look a bit like a Roblox character later on. But it is just supposed to be an outline. Right now, the face. Should I change it to the face? Nah, it's okay. Model art outline is good. Let's have very quick eyebrows with one point on the end. And this one I'll actually start making it colored. There we go. That's good. That's good enough. I hope everyone's luck turns. You two spoops. For some reason I talk with Discord bots. Oh man. I'm part of a bunch of different Discord groups that have taken to talking to bots because it's really fun to do so. It's too much fun. A lot of them are just it's really strange how they talk at times. I'll make the top pointed. I want it to be clear enough that it's pointed. That seems pretty clear. We'll make a bit of an arch here. Make this a little closer though as well. There we go. The slightest bit of an arch. I want everything to be a neutral expression, so it's okay that it's flatter. A bit flattish. There we go, a little bit more. That's a bit too close to the center though. I probably made it too big. I'll probably later on be changing the sizes of a lot of different things later on, instead of just changing manually the width of all the strokes when I rechange and rescale objects. This just art, by the way, or something else? It'll be art and then going into animating through Live 2D for the point of a VTube model. So it'll be in the very end, after the entirety of the weekend. I'll have the VTube Studio model fully shown off. It's already done, but I'm just redoing a bit of it for the point of working through it instead of just having everything done at once. On the Discord, there is an open channel for people to submit their own PNGs for the purpose of advice or anything to do with questions with models, or if it's something that they would want shown off on stream. There is, I think, a tier that I had for VIPs or sponsors or anything of the sort for the event, the Rokumatsuri event, where I could just I'll just animate it on stream. But for the most part, I was just going to have it like, hey, anyone want to see anything in particular? I guess people could just say like, hey, I want to I want to see the actual model instead of just looking at the art itself. And I'll just go ahead and change it entirely. But I meant to just start it off in order, and then if someone wants to go ahead and derail it on purpose, I'll go ahead and change to something else entirely. Just paste on because I don't have much art talent software yet. Yeah, same. I thought it'd be fun to make my own materials. Well, I mean, it is it is really fun, but it looks really goofy at times. Really goofy. But I suppose I haven't actually made my own materials. I make stuff for other people because it's just really good to make stuff for other people. It gets you a lot of motivation. Just say, hey, go ahead and work on this for the purpose of someone else entirely. A really great motivator. I have a bunch of different models for other people, and I like making stuff for other people to the point that even my cats have live 2D models, and I still have a PNG, and I have no torso. Someday I'll actually just go ahead and make stuff for myself. I'm not even making myself here. This is somebody else entirely, named Connie, who will have a full reveal later on with animation and the like. This is just the very beginning of model. Hey Spoops, you're thinking of making another model, or not yourself, but having another model done? Maybe. I'm not too sure what the end of the discussion was, but I remember seeing that you were going to ask around, hey, would be a good idea to go ahead and redesign or something like that. That'd be cool. I really like your model though. I absolutely love it. I like the idea of a cheese ghost, especially because I love cheese and I love ghosts. I'm going to make the most terrible circle ever, or a bit more of a teardrop shape, because that's just how I like drawing my eyes. But I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this line and make it symmetrical. Although it doesn't really need to be symmetrical. I'm just using a lot of symmetry across, even for parts that aren't actually across the middle line. Let me make this a little bit bigger so I don't accidentally bump it, and bring this over the symmetry line. Flatten it out a little bit more. Just a little bit. There we go. Let me just go ahead and change the size of this. There we go. Bit more of a teardrop. Well, not kind of like a teardrop. Kind of looks more like a Hershey Kiss, like a chocolate drop. Man, I really want some chocolate. I got a bunch of chocolate yesterday for the point of making s'mores, Oreo s'mores. I end up just doing nothing but eating them right away. Oh, 2. Not anytime soon because no money, but I want a chibi model that looks more ghostly, and eventually I want to save money and commission for a V2 model with new design. Oh, V2? Is that like a 3D software? A chibi model would be really good. I absolutely love looking at chibi models and just seeing all the different ways that they move around. Like, a lot of people have really good chibi models that are the people that make the models just go really hard on making a really good model and make masterpieces with really fluid looking animations to them. I'm going to have the stroke on for this temporarily, but I'm going to remove it later on. Oh, a version 2. Oh yeah, version 2 model. I thought V2 was okay. I thought it was a program or something. Over the course of this event and speaking with other VTubers, a lot of people have different programs that I've never heard of them before. Let me keep one line down here. There we go. This will be behind the top of the eye. It'll be tucked away in a moment. I'm going to try and make this as I'm trying to make this as little focused on Inkscape itself as possible. Well, at least it's easy, quick and easy for me to make something, but it's more of a quick and dirty way of making a model the way that I'm working on it. We have a lot of saving up to do this summer, as I really need a new PC, as you may know. Oh, new PC? Oh, I didn't know about that. Wait, okay, a new model. That'd be, I mean, not a new model, but a new PC as well. That'd be really cool. We could get Spoops version 2 with RTX. Let's move this back. No, a little bit more. And I want this to be more centered. Move this side upwards. This is unfortunately a very uncanny point, a very uncanny part of this. I already have the design all set up, but I spent a lot of the time before making the model just focusing on the design itself to make something that people would look at and not be overwhelmed by. And also, I wanted to make something that had a bunch of different design ideas in it, including scrolling textures, hair. It has hair in general, but it's mostly symmetrical hair except for some details to it. Long hair, and it also has. I'm trying to think of what other things that I have made. I may have got carried away a bit with this design. Welcome back, MHB. You talked to oh, I didn't see that before. You talked to Life about to bots. That seems really interesting. Having bots just to talk about philosophy. They have some really interesting things to say. Sometimes really evil things, but it's interesting. Luckily, won't be able to get everything I want, but one day, yeah, hopefully in the future, able to get all this stuff and be able to make your show the way that you want it to be, and play games the way you want, with good quality, no more scuff. Okay, no, there'll always be scuff. I got the stuff. I got new stuff, and there's still scuff. Way too many issues? Oh man. I got a few issues. Might need a new computer right away, but that'll probably also be in a very long time away. I just realized the left part of the eye should be shaped outwards like this. Otherwise, it looks a bit strange looking. It especially looks strange because I haven't worked on the iris yet. This is the bomb eyelash, but you can make something much more complex. But I just want something that I could tuck away into the rest of the eye. It's disconnected from the rest of it, but it will be another thing that disappears under this part. Let me go ahead and make this a gradient actually, but I'm going to make it so that the left side is over this part right here. I don't want the gradient to go into the left side and start interfering with the part that will disappear later on. Come back for a super cool eye. It looks so scary. It looks, thank you, but it's a bit spooky looking. I'll get the iris eventually. Did I mess up? No, I forgot. There we go. Okay. There we go. I just had a stroke eye. Wait, stroke eye? It looks a little funky. Let me make this a little darker, I think. Just a little bit. Or should I? Never mind, I don't like this. I'll just change it I'll keep it like this. I don't want it to be the same color because it'll look almost like the eye is clipping through the eyelash, or not the eyelash, but the top part of the eye. Let me make this a bit more rounded than the interior, just a little bit. Move this to the back, and I think it's about time that I actually start changing the stroke size before it gets too distracting. This isn't actually quite the shape of the eye that I want. We'll make this a little bit more pointed and change the size down here. Hide this and make it a little bit bigger. The bottom part, I will go ahead and, instead of masking anything right away, making this hide behind the eye white, I'm just going ahead and not clip it, but actually just manually change the size of the shape of the bottom of the eye instead. I think we'll go to bed, or else we'll make it stream tomorrow. Tomorrow, wait a second, tomorrow? Is it exciting? Yeah, so there'll be the stream tomorrow. It'll be around not around the same time. It'll actually be a bit later. It'll be the end of Rokumatsuri will be streamed, so there'll be a massive change on what you see MHB. But have a good night, MHB. Yeah, I completely forgot about time zones. Time zones are messing up for me. It's around midnight for you, isn't it? I hope you have a good sleep, MHB. Thank you for stopping on by. This is going to look a little funky for one moment. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the bottom of the eye here is gone the way that I want it to be gone. Oh, it did be midnight? Oh, how awesome a stream. You say Victoria's Chain. Thank you for being here, MHB. I'll be streaming for about 45 more minutes, so I'll have the rest of them all shown off, but I'll be changing over to Rokumatsuri itself, the Discord. Let me crank this up just a little bit and move that down. Wait a second, I just realized I need to actually make that point. There we go. Okay, it's a point now. We're good. There we go. I think. Wait, I don't want to make a big white sphere in the middle. There we go. We'll make it a little bit more flat though. And center this. And we'll make it a little darker in the middle. There we go. See you later, MHP. Thank you for being around. Be pretty late for you. I hope you got some good sleep. I hope to see you tomorrow. Although it'll be at a strange time, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to make it. It's okay if you don't make it. I hope you got good sleep over stopping on by the stream. Although it's really good whenever I see you. You're a really good dude. I think this might be one of the only times where I actually hear the rest of the Purple Cat playlist all at once. I'll probably be able to hear everything. I'll start adding a few gradients, just a few of them. I don't want this to be transparent though. There's a very difficult part of Inkscape where there's transparency here, transparency down here. There's transparency for every group over here. For every layer, there is a folder with different objects, and you can change the folder's transparencies too. I remember for one of the first things I made, almost everything had its own transparency because I kept on I messed up a little bit. Chan walking in on parents. Wait, spoops. Wait, I'm confused. What was that in reference to? I didn't read that a while ago. I'm a bit too focused. I messed up. What happened with walking in? What does this mean? I'm going to start making stuff a bit more of a consistent size. There we go. I think 2 is what I'll be wanting for everything. We'll make it 2 pixels big. I think I set the canvas a little while ago, but I just realized it's going to be a little different. Referring to eye then. Oh, okay, I see. I should have thought of that. So this is a canvas that has a very large pixel size of about 4,000 by, I believe, 3,000 pixels. And that'd be the size of the canvas. But I just realized I'm probably going to have to change the shape of going to have to change the size of the head because it's way too big. But it's okay. I'll change everything later on. In one full swoop, I'll have everything the way that I want to be. Well, at least want everything to be of the same size. Down here. And I'll make this transparent. Not transparent. I'll make this a gradient as well. I want the eye to have a lighter bottom and a dark top, but I am also going to have a shadow for the eye white itself. But I'm going to add that really much later on. It'll be one of the last things I do because I don't want to have a big blurry shadow over this. There is a blur option in the settings here that I'll be using for Inkscape, and it's going to make this shadow stretch outwards. But I'll be cropping everything in Live 2D itself. Live 2D has a really intuitive and quick way of cropping, more so than Inkscape, which requires you to make doubles of objects. And if you unclip stuff, it creates that double once again. So you have multiple figures, multiple objects. Live 2D is much better in terms of, well, Inkscape is really, well, very much free. It feels very free. Let's make this a little darker. It's a bit too dark. Let me go ahead and change this to that. There we go. Okay, I like that color a bit better, but reset the arrow for the gradient. There we go. Okay. Wait a second, I had that on the wrong side, didn't I? I did. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Make that transparent, darker up here. I want this to be much brighter. It looks very dark for me. I like having eyes that are really, well, the pupil itself is close to the color of the iris. I like the glossy look of the eyes, but it makes characters look a little dead. But it's just the style that I like. There we go, on the bottom. Oh, I just realized that gradient isn't correct. I don't think so. There we go. I'm gonna make another pupil just so I could have a glow behind the iris to make this more of a pronounced pupil. I'm currently set to the outer eye. I'm going to go ahead and just remove the stroke, blur it, and then move it underwards. Move it underwards. There we go. I'll make it brighter though. There we go. Okay, pretty sure people can see it now, but I just realized that this isn't set right. I should probably not change every little thing, or else I won't be able to get to everything that I want to today. There we go. Okay, I think this is a beginning, which is what I want. It's mostly just the very start, very bare minimum for a model, just to get started on, and I'll be changing to something that I want to show the way that I have it cut, the finished model itself. I don't want to go to it and be like, oh, it's like you missed 100 hours. Oh, I mean, technically we'll miss like 100 hours or so, but I want to get as close as possible to that, which requires me to not work too much on different aspects of the model. This is going to be the very bottom of the iris, a little highlight, which I'm trying to make a bit of like a little blob on the eye. We'll stretch it. Well, not stretch it, but we'll move it over here and then stretch it right here. There we go. I want it to be a bit darker than the rest of the eye, so I'll make it nearly the same color as what's up here. Or actually, Oh, okay, never mind, that's good. Behind the glow as well. And I'll make it a little blurry, but not too much. There we go. I want this to be darker. It's a bit too eerie looking still. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay. That's a very very bare minimum eye that I'll be working on for right now. Oh, actually, I just realized I could get rid of the I could get rid of the right top of the eye, but I'll actually go ahead and keep it there so I have a reference. Copy. I'm trying to think of a good way to do this. Did it move the eye white backwards? It's probably because I copied it, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's because I copied it. Let's move. Let's get rid of some of the doubles that I made. There we go. Okay. This one set for right now. Okay. I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, but I guess I don't really care about it being scaled properly, or not scaled properly, but not like that. Having it in the same spot for the sake of time. I'll just go ahead and redo the entire right side here. And center. It's not like it's very lined up right now. I don't think so. I'm gonna make a quick nose, and I mean very quick. Just 2 lines and a circle is all I want right now. We'll make this a black stroke in the middle. I'm gonna have this so that it's point outwards seemingly. It'll just be a little line, but I want this to be pointed outwards like this later on in live 2D. Not that pronounced, but it'll be aiming to the right and then aiming to the left and then aiming to the right. I know more directions. There's like 2 of them I mean right now. There we go. Right and left, but by default it'll be facing outwards. If it looks right. It probably won't look right, but I have another model that doesn't actually have it pointed outwards, so I might change it later on before giving it away. That's probably good enough right now. A single line that should probably make it a little smaller. It will be a very inconspicuous nose. Is that the right word? I think so. There we go. Yeah, well, I'll just take one. I'll take one of the eyes for this for no good reason. I like the shape of it. There we go. We'll make this color of the rest of the face, but we'll make it more red and remove the stroke for it and blur it. So that's nearly gone. Although I should probably make it a little transparent so that it matches the face. There we go. That's it. That's my nose. It's perfect. Except I think it's over top the rest of the nose. Is it there? Oh no, I just realized that this is still connected to the rest of the eyes. You should probably rename stuff as you go along instead of doing what I do when I finish up a model, and that's going through every single one of the folders I have and clicking disappear. Okay, I'll bring it back, and then checking every single object. At least the model that I have is simple enough that I could do that easily and rename stuff without thinking, I can't imagine what this is. It's too small. It's too blurry. I can't even tell what this was supposed to be. Especially with the white background. Oh, wait a second. Let me take this away and get it on the same layer. Is that good? Okay. There we go. And we'll group group these two together and move the tip to the front. There we go. The face itself is still a little goofy in terms of shape. Just a little bit. There was a model that I had before, the very first model for Connie. I think it was the first sitting. I was thinking of uploading it to Victory's Gate, the channel, and having the whole line of models, but I gave up after the first one. I was just like, you know, I'll just do it all without thinking about making progresses. So I have about 30 or so checkpoints, but I skipped all of them. So there's just a little while ago the absolutely awful start to the model that I looked at a little while ago, and it looked like something out of Roblox, where the body is not done, but the face was almost done. It didn't have hair, but it did have the general facial features. Let me get rid of that one on the right there. There we go. This is going to be blush below the rest of the eye, and I'll actually make it so that's combined to the rest of the eye, which I think is okay to have it attached to the eye, but usually we want it to be on a separate layer so that when the face turns, this would move outwards a little bit more when you have the final model working in Live 2D and you're rigging it. You want to have everything separated as much as possible, but for the purpose of the model that I had worked on before, I was just, you know what, just gonna combine them all. The eyes move at the same speed as the blush, even though more realistically it'll move outwards for when the cheek pops out when you look to the left or the right. Outwards just a little bit. Blur. Everything will be blurred. Everything, absolutely everything. And move it to the right. It is asymmetrical blush, but that's okay. Oh shoot, don't delete that. It's okay that it's asymmetrical because I'll have little lines on it. Little blush lines. Everything will be transparent, which is really helpful later on. It'll be blurred and transparent. And when I move it into Live 2D, because I have a transparent object, I can make someone blush a little bit more by having multiple transparent objects just copied onto each other. I really like having stuff blurred, but it does create a lot of problems, and well, introduces a lot of cool stuff for later on as well. Did I move something? I may have moved stuff. Everything should be centered, but later on, one of the last steps, I'll have everything mirrored. I'll make sure everything is aligned to the middle of the page, and then a bunch of stuff will probably look really lopsided later on. It's an iterative process. Let me make this a little bit bigger. It keeps on changing to millimeters, so for whatever reason. Wait a second. Why does it tell me there's multiple objects there? Oh, okay, there we go. Make this. Oh, not that big. Just 4. Just 4 is good. There we go. Not fill. Make this. We'll make this colored. For whatever reason, it decided to copy the palette down there for the fill only instead of the stroke. Alright, I'll take that. I'll go ahead and take the color. There we go. I think it's fine. That's good. Oh, actually, wait, no, I don't like that. Never mind. That's too thick. Let's bring it back to 2. Okay. There. Let's go ahead. Blur. I'm going to make this as muted as possible. You could barely see the lines. But okay. No, not really. You can see it really well. It's fine. It's good. What did I move? There we go. And one more. There we go. Group together. Copy and paste to the right side. Yeah, there. Copy and paste. It looks too dark, but it's good. Oh, wait a second. What did that copy? Oh no. I don't think that's grouped together, is it? Oh, it isn't. Okay. Let me copy this in here and move all this over here. It's not selecting exactly what I want. There we go. I think it's there we go. Okay, I actually copied this time what I want to have copied. There we go. Okay. This is a mess up form, but it's fine. I think okay, in 20 minutes I'll just show off the rest of the model, but I want to have a bit more of the face showed off. And then I'll have the rest of the model that has a outfit all done up for it, and I'll show how the arms and legs and the rest of it is cut so that you have after a bit of movement, some previously unrevealed parts of the body get shown off. The more that you have drawn that's hidden at first allows you to have more dynamic motion in live 2D. We have quickly the mouth done, and then the very beginning of hair, ears. I think the mouth is pretty important. The eye the eye should be in two parts. I'll do that. I'll go ahead and do that quickly. And then move on to the mouth. Let's go ahead and change this quickly. There we go. I'll go ahead and delete the bottom part and show what I mean by having two pieces for the top of the eye. There we go. There's one part. And that doesn't look right anymore. Did that get moved? It did get moved down. There we go. I think yeah, I copied the rest of the eye, that's why. Let me go ahead and delete the rest of this quickly. Eye white, the bomb there. There we go. Okay. Wait, I'm going to end up doing the same mistake. Let's make sure I have the right thing. I do. Okay, there we go. Copy and paste. And I probably should have kept it in the same spot so that the nodes were in the exact same position, but it's good. It's meant to be a little rough. There we go. Wait, did I copy the wrong part? Oh, I did. There we go. These two are what I want. There we go. Okay. So bottom part of the eye, or the side here, is going to get moved into the rest of it in live 2D. And then the top here is going to be shifted downwards, causing a shape like a shape more like a check mark, but not this much like a check mark, just a little bit. Not like the way that I have the eyes right now, but it's cut in the same way. There we go. So this would normally be clipped to the bottom here instead of having this right here. This is a no. This will be fixed later on, but I just want to have the same general shape that I want for the eye. But some things with the art itself ends up having an issue with really looking ugly when you're working on it on the canvas itself. Like the shadow, the top part of the eye will have a shadow right here. At least for the way that I make the model, I would have this being a dark shadow like this, and I would blur the heck out of it, and as you can see, it goes outwards. Make it a little bit bigger, so that it covers the outer part without having a bright line here, or a bright area where we're starting to get. It's really difficult to describe the way that blur works. Let me see. So around this part, it's going to start getting more and more transparent closer to the edge. So I want to have this in the center here. There we go. To make sure that there's no bright area at the edge of the blurred top of the eye. I do like... Oh, wait a sec, oh no, I just realized the music was muted. I did it again. I don't even know how I muted... Oh wait, where did I click that? Where did I click G? I don't think I clicked G. I think I'm fat fingering the keyboard, causing it to get a bunch of hotkeys going off that I don't want to go off. Let me go ahead and make sure that's set properly. Oh shoot, the music! I really like the music that you haven't been hearing for too long. I think before I end up having music turned off for a full 40 minutes. The last time I did a stream with art. Loading, where is it? I mean, I'm reading the word loading. It's not actually loading. I'm looking through a scene that I have that's called loading for whatever reason. Well, let me see. I'm clicking G. I don't think there's any reason for me to click G. Where is it? I can't see the microphone. Hide Yeti, show Yeti. What's it called? Mute? It'll be mute. Where's mute? I can't even see it. Where is Yeti? I can't actually find anything on here that says mute. I wonder if I muted myself on Discord or anything like that. Oh, you know what? I just realized I could filter. I could filter all of this. Let's see. G. Mute. Okay, there we go. Like actually. Okay, I didn't have it set properly. It's set to desktop for whatever reason. I called it desktop. That's probably why I couldn't find it. There we go. I muted desktop. We'll leave that on. But there's no key that I have, except for maybe Control V for pasting. Usually when I have a model, I'll go ahead and make it PNG model at first, where I have a closed and open mouth. I'll keep the eyes just open the whole time, not like I have for the PNG that I have right here, because it's too much of a pain. I guess I could just have it like this, copy and paste, and make sure it's all kept in here right. I could do that, but I'm too lazy with doing that. But for the mouth itself, I do want there to be an interior to the mouth that I keep there always. Well, it'll be invisible, but I'll keep it there later on. Let's see. We want mouth, and then we'll make an open mouth. A bit of a V-shaped, not that much actually. There we go. That's a little better. We'll make this pretty dark. Maybe we can make it a little darker actually. Okay, I think that's good for right now. I won't have the mouth where there is a stroke or there's a liner for it. I won't have anything like that, because I'm going to have the mouth copy and pasted multiple times and then animate the mouth itself around the mouth here, around the interior of the mouth. I think this is on the outside, isn't it? Oh, I could see it there. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's too dark now. Let's see. Is it? Oh, you know what? I think it's good, but I would want there to be a gradient for this as well. There we go. It doesn't quite look right. I say there we go, but there's still more that I want to do to it. Up here, and we'll make this center area disappear. But I won't have like the face. I won't have a point on the bottom. Oh, wait a second. That changed the top here. I have snap off right now. I thought it was doing something weird, but no, it's just me. The computers are really chugging right now, and I don't even have the intensive program turned on. Although this one does make a lot of issues, especially if you have transparent objects. Like for Victory's Gate, the background I have on right now, that one, boy, that one be really, that one is pretty rough. If you zoom in on Inkscape with transparent objects, it causes a lot of buffering, a lot of time rendering when you zoom in. I think this is good for what I want. Although I'll make this a little bit lower. And that'd be a little terrifying. Oops. Nope. That's okay. Well, actually, I'll hide this as well. Actually, should I hide this? No, not quite yet. Let me see if the size is good though. For I should be a little smaller. The way that I want to have the mouth animated is that the lips are going to, for a open mouth like this, they're going to squeeze the ends inwards. So I'll have the interior of the mouth smaller than the smile. There we go. Oh, I just realized that's not. I didn't set that properly. There we go. Vertical page center. There we go. That is all good. Although it's still transparent, let's change that back quickly. Okay, so for teeth and tongue is really easy for me, but you could have a complex tongue made of multiple parts for the purpose of having a tongue that sticks out, which is a really cool feature that Live 2D doesn't have on it by default, or it doesn't mention it. At least for the version that I have, it doesn't tell you if there's the ability to stick out your tongue. So later on, I'll show that there's some parameters set by Live 2D that aren't there by default. But if you bring it into something like VTube Studio and you have an iPhone, you could do a bunch of different cool hidden things. Well, you could animate and set parameters in any way that you want, such as have your hand go up and then have, well, you don't even need to tie it to your hand. You could have essentially a hotkey with your hand coming up where it causes something on your face to change. So you could have a tongue stick out for something completely unrelated. Of course, but there is a way that VTube Studio sees if your tongue is sticking out. There's also one for having your jaw move left and right, which I don't think is mentioned, or it's not there by default. There's a lot of cool stuff like that. I really like the one where it slides where if you move your mouth X, it causes the model to move the jaw. It makes it more fluid looking if you are animating your mouth. If you want to animate your mouth, you have mouth X. It looks interesting. You could do like a real smug look, or a side smile. I don't know how to say it. I think, yeah, side smile works. Oh, I just realized fuse path isn't on. There we go. Tongue is really easy, I think. At least for the really bare minimum that I'm doing for the tongue. I think this is good, but I just realized on the other model you don't have this little divot shown here by having the teeth on the outside pushing the tongue up on the side, so you have this valley in the mouth. I might change the tongue later on. It doesn't look like that. It looks way more basic, but I think I like this better than the one that I have. We'll have the teeth, but this will be further out from the rest of the mouth. So the stroke is here, but I'll have the teeth go all the way out to the side here. And this will be the bottom teeth, of course. Which I'm having it all moved outwards, but for right now, I should have this in the same position that I want later on. Like if the mouth opens on the model, I don't want the teeth to be down here. I want it to be in the correct spot by default. I'll work on it right here. I think it is set like this on the actual model itself though. I won't have a stroke for or a line art done for this. I'll just have it like this. Because I really like it when the mouth opens and all you see is both of the teeth mesh together, so you get a really good looking smile. Or at least that's I think it looks better. I've seen some models that have the mouth with I think over detail. I think it looks like over detailing to me. But it's not my style. I like having the teeth be able to blend together. I'll make the outside a little rounded because I could have the edge of the teeth exposed and wrap around the tongue. Right now I'll have it on the side there. And just about we'll get the symmetry done. I gotta remember that you can't actually see the symmetry of the model, or you can't see the symmetry window open up. Just a quick few clicks, and it brings up a bunch of different effects, such as, well, really important stuff like mirror symmetry. I didn't know that was actually built into Inkscape until a while ago, like last summer. I figured out that it has some really good stuff like, well, mirror symmetry and a tapering of the different lines for all the objects. You can make everything tapered off at the end. Although it makes some issues when it does taper off stuff that you don't actually want tapered off. Like I think sometimes the hair gets a little messed up where you have pointed ends to the hair. But oh my gosh, it's terrifying. I'm going to have to go ahead and play around with them all for a little bit later on. I mean, not this small. I'm going to ahead and delete this. I'll save it and delete it. Wait, no. I mean, save it, but probably never open it up again. But there is a model that I'm going to have some stuff moved around. There will be a brief intermission, just like 5 minutes or so while I'm looking around the model and making sure I don't have anything that doxes myself or reveals stuff from the model that I don't want shown off. I'll make it so that a bunch of stuff isn't shown off, because it'll just be disorienting to look at. Like I'll hide the mouth at first and then show the mouth later on, like I have here. Let's go ahead and get this on the top here. I just realized this is not actually what I want to have done. Although, okay, I'll copy it, but I'll have I won't actually use it. I just want the teeth to be shown off. So I could go ahead and use them as a reference for the top teeth. I'll have the teeth outwards. They'll walk into the rest of... You know what? I won't look at the top then. I'll look at the one on the bottom here. Never mind. There we go. Oh, wait a second. I completely forgot where the teeth were going over here. Make sure to check out the rest of the stalls later on. I'm probably going to be checking them out later on because of a little intermission I have before my own, I believe, a highlight for the Rokumatsuri. I'll be opening up again later on. It will be on Twitch though. It'll be a stage on the Discord space for Rokumatsuri. I'll have the live 2D opened up instead, and that'll be focused. That'll be focused on the beginnings of, actually making stuff move and stuff. Look at uncanny models. It's just the beginning, but I spent a lot of the time just making really uncanny looking stuff in Inkscape, and then editing it. I think that's well, at least for me, I spent a lot of the time just working on editing. Like if I write, it's mostly just editing. I make something absolutely atrocious. I won't look at it for a little while because it's so gross, but then I go ahead and sit down, and for editing, that's where I think it becomes readable. Oh,
Hi.
oh, Roku, hello.
Hi. What you up to?
Oh, wait a second. Let me get the music a little quieter. Or actually, I'll turn the volume up for you. Never mind. I hope you're doing good, Roku.
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'll be doing pretty good. Right. Oh,
Yay.
I just remembered. This is technically on Twitch right now, so I'll be ending.
Okay.
I'll be ending the Twitch in about 20 minutes or so. But this is, sorry, I should have said that right. I should have said that off the bat. I completely forgot. This is on Twitch right now, and I'll be moving to the Discord only. But after a couple minutes, I want to show off the rest of the model. Right now, this is just showing off how I got some of the more complicated parts of the face done, including cutting up of the top of the eye and for the mouth.
Yeah.
With the interior of the mouth. I think after that, it's a lot of basic stuff.
I've personally been really wanting to make my own model too, so it gets me really excited.
It sure is fun, but oh man, there's a good 60% of the time. Pardon me?
Do you know how to rig a tongue?
Or rig a ton? Or specific? I don't know if I heard you right.
Yeah, tongue.
I think I'm not too bad, but a lot of the time I make really subtle movements. Really subtle movements that are, well, yeah, not Japan. I mean that's the antonym for it, but I don't make a lot of flowing outfits. I have a lot of the time just tight clothes, basic movements, so just shifting from left to right, or basic head motion, basic body motion, some slight physics, but it's usually not too dramatic looking, and I think that's, well, for my style it looks really cartoonish, and then for the actual animation it has a kind of semi-real look to it.
I like that though, you know?
It's a weird juxtaposition, but I thought it would work well for tutorials. Although this is a very basic part where I'm just showing off some weird, complicated parts of the model that I'll soon erase. This isn't the actual model that I have set up. I'll set up a little bit before ending the Twitch stream, but it's, I think, good to look at for a beginner. It's not too intimidating because of the cartoony nature, and then the live 2D itself has a lot of stuff that I think of being intuitive for anatomy. Not a lot of dramatic looking stuff. Let me grab some lip balm.
But anyways, I'll leave you to it. I'm gonna hop off.
Oh, I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Of course, we'll see you around the festival, okay?
See you around.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, I just realized I didn't have a little PNG for Roku. I probably should have asked about it by default because I was pretty sure that she would stop on by, but I didn't have anything, visual or anything. Or was there? I don't think so. No, never mind. I don't have the group PNG turned on or anything like that. Let me go ahead and change over to the actual model itself, but I'll have to remove some stuff, make sure I don't get doxed, and go ahead and make sure everything reappears. Because right now the model is set so that everything is hidden. So I'm going to have to click everything to be visible, because the way that I have stuff exported on Inkscape is that I take the entirety of the canvas. Oh my gosh, it's terrifying. That's terrifying. I have the entirety of the canvas where it exports a transparent background, but it has the objects in their correct places. So I transfer the right placement for every object. No moving around required for Live 2D or for Clip Studio, which is what I use for changing to a Photoshop file for Live 2D. I don't like looking at this. The model will be so much more pretty, I swear, but it's probably going to be ugly at first because there's a bunch of stuff that isn't set properly right now. There's a bunch of scrolling textures, which are just massive objects, giant polygons, because most of it's hidden like that. Most of the texture is hidden, but for stuff such as weapons, I'll have a scrolling texture that gets cropped into the shape of a whatever object I need. Let me go ahead and close this off. I'll change them all art outline, which is just the face right now, to a cutting apart of a model. I should probably word it a little better. That's terrible wording. Let me go ahead and hide this to make sure nothing gets showed off, except for this, the Burning Tavern. Make sure to check that out later on. There'd be the Burning Tavern and a bunch of different souls, which aren't exactly shown. I mean, they aren't shown. Just imagine they're off of the distance. Plenty of people hanging out, streaming. I gotta actually figure out how to do a stream myself on Discord, because right now it's just a virtual camera, which I believe is going to be flipped over. Let me see. There should be a stream itself. Yep. Okay, we're still rolling over there. I was worried that Roku had messaged me, but no. It's somebody else with the anime profile picture. There we go. Okay, I can see everything on everything at once. There we go. I have three different tabs for Discord open, showing messages, if anybody is in the waiting room waiting to go on in, or if they send a message in the one channel. It's easy. Wait. I'm trying to make some stuff easy, but also at the same time there's a lot of unkindness. Easy to start off, and then really difficult to finish off a model where you need to get rid of the uncanniness. There we go. The uncanniness is gone for a little bit. I'll get the actual model up. I mean, it started off about the same way, except that I try to make it pretty. Try to make it pretty at first, even though it was uncanny. Less so than that, it still had a lot of ugly stuff to it. I think a Roblox character would actually look better than it, even like the default one. But that's the way that looks like at first. A bunch of rectangular limbs. But I'll have the actual limbs out in a moment, because otherwise, if I go ahead and start from scratch like the way I just was, it'd be too disorienting. the body itself would be absolutely terrible to look at. Let me go get the model, and I'll go ahead and change the Discord only in a little bit. Oh, wait a second. I meant to change where we're at. Model cutting. There we go. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing later on if I want to make this a tutorial for YouTube itself. There'll just be the VOD itself, but I imagine some people would want later on just to see everything without a intermissions. Let me save this absolutely terrifying face over here. Oh, weird. There's just a huge bass drop around here for whatever reason. I don't know if anyone heard that. There's just a like a cinematic boom like this around me. Even Chunk heard it. Let's see. Connie test 1. We'll have another test open up. That'll take me a good 5 minutes or so. Maybe I shouldn't have changed model cutting right away. Ah, yeah, it's okay. Model cutting is good. Let me close this and get the model shown off. Inkscape. There we go. I probably shouldn't have just closed everything. I feel like OBS is always at the danger, or at the edge of shutting down. I found out that OBS crashes if you disconnect the HDMI cord of this computer. Is that an issue that you'd have, Spoops? Do you have anything like that? You disconnect HDMI and then it just closes? I don't know why, it's so weird. No, oh boy. It's so weird. It should effectively just be changing the sizes of the windows, but apparently that is enough to crash the stream. No, I didn't realize that, but technically every single time that I touch the HDMI cord or anything like that, I'm at danger of having the stream shut down. This will take a good 5 minutes or so. I'll have Connie load it up and make sure everything is visible. Oh boy. I loaded it up and there's a singular pixel on screen. Everything else is completely hidden. Also, I just realized that the model itself is not 4000 by 3000 pixels like I had for the other page. It's 2000 by 4000, so it makes it a bit more better for scaling of body proportions, having a page size like that. At least for me, but having a good big canvas is pretty good too if you have a little floofy hair or something. Let me grab some more water. I'm making some weird mouth sounds. There we go. Man, that cucumber lip balm just tastes amazing. With mint. I can't taste mint. It's just cucumbers smeared across my face. It's probably smeared too. I'm not really doing it precisely. I hold the lip balm for about 5 minutes every single time I tend to use it. Oh boy. It'll take me a moment to get all of this loaded up. I don't even think the one pixel that I had before was showing off. I think that was a bit of dirt or something. Yeah, it's not there. Wait a second, I just realized that there's some other references from other models I've had on here. I'm going to have to remove all of the references that are on here. Let's see. Nope. We'll take that away. There'll be some top secret stuff on here. The only reference that I'll have is the one of all the different heads. I use the heads for scaling. I'll keep that. Everything else hidden. Let me see. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm going to have to delete a few things that are I don't want to have shown off on the model. Sadly, there is one thing that I wanted to have shown off. There is a symbol on the side of the character, but it keeps on disappearing. I don't know. I don't know why, but every single time I click disappear on the side, like I reduce the opacity, it just doesn't come back. I don't know why, it's so weird. Everything else works pretty good. All the clicks I hear are all the items reappearing. Every single one of them. Hopefully they're all able to just... Oh, you know what? I think I have most of them actually. I'll have most of the model on screen in a moment. It turns out that I already went through and had everything was made visible. I just need to click on the groups. So there's only like 30 things. Oh no, there's no legs, never mind. Let me delete all the prototype so that there's no floating hair on the side. And I'll make the legs appear and then we're good. I think that'll be just about everything. Yeah, it's not too bad at all. I thought this would take a good 10 minutes or so, but most of the stuff is already here. I'll have to move a few things around. Oh, actually, never mind. I'll just delete it. Oh, wait a second. Let me move this down here. There's a lot of people going into the Discord and out of the server, so it's moving Victory's Gate, which I need to see if there's anyone in the waiting room. I need to be able to see it, but it's all just shifting up and down. There's nothing but new unreads, or new unread and new mentions. New unreads? Unreads? I've never said that out loud before. A little goofy sounding. Okay, this makes me more happy to actually see the model, but I still need to have legs exposed. But I don't think I have the legs named properly. No, no, I don't. It's G15341. Apparently, that's the left leg. Okay, I think that's it. Although sadly, the shadows of the eyes are still there, but it's okay. It'll just look like she looks sad. GG's. Okay, I'll have it open in a second. I'll need to make sure though if... Let's see, this is good. I hope I don't have anything named weird. Like, I'll randomly have the sword sheath just named my home address or something like that. There we go. Let me go ahead and open this up too in a second. Inkscape on... There we go. Oh boy, the name of the drawing is good. Okay, let me make sure that this is shown over here. It do be. Okay, there we go. It's good. Yeah, there. Okay, and scoosh. There we go. Okay, that makes me so much more happy to see the model instead of that previous thing. Oh my gosh, it was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Anyone that comes back to the stream after being gone for a little while and having the muted stream is just going to be like, oh wow, Victory sure works fast. This looks completely different. I was kind of curious about some of the things that changed from before, and I just realized the nose is different. I mean, there's a lot of things that are different, but the nose in particular, which I said before, hey, the nose is supposed to be pointed in the middle by default. That should be different. Everything else, this is after tweaking the priest model for a good 100 hours or so and making the rest of the outfit done up, and hair. Oh wait a second, I just realized one of these things to the top of the eyes is gone right now. But this is what the nearly finished model is, with some things hidden. Well, let me see. There should be the mouth here as well. The top of the eye is cut up, but the hair is actually all, for the most part. It's hidden by other layers of hair. Let me see if I can get the rest of the hair out. Oh man. I spent a lot of time looking around here, but I guess I've been in live 2D instead of Inkscape, so a lot of this it's hidden. Or not hidden, but I don't remember where a lot of the stuff is now anymore. There we go. Okay, let's go and start moving stuff around here. We have the hairband. That's obvious enough how that works. It's not wrapped around or anything like that. It's just flat against the texture of the hair. But there we go. As some, that's most of the hair. Let's see. Yeah, there's most of the head is showed off just because of the hairstyle, but I would normally have the hair covering a bit of the face so that I could have stuff like the eyebrow strokes over top of the hair, or the top of the eye, the outline here over top of the hair. But this is a really symmetrical and swept to the side hairstyle. It doesn't quite work for everyone's idea for design. It doesn't really work for something like shadows for the hair. Like normally you would want a bunch of shadows, at least for this bit of hair here, covering the sides of the face. Let me check the chat 1 second. Not the Twitch chat, the other chat. There we go. Okay, the Discord be good. The back hair is all going to be filled in on the back, but of course it's not a lot to the design itself. It's mostly gradients and minimal details. It's partially a limit of Inkscape, but for the most part it's just because I want to have something simple. So you could very clearly see the different parts of the hair. Let me bring it outwards again though. We got Calic, we got the bangs, and I called them sideburns, but some of the words here don't feel very fitting. I want to show off the interior of the mouth, which should be the same as before, but it'll be in the incorrect position. It should be where the interior of the mouth should be where it always is by default, but it's going to be, I think, above and below where it should be. Let me see. Where's it at? Face and mouth details. There we go. Teeth. Oh, I actually call it teeth. There we go. Okay, there we go. And that did absolutely nothing. The interior of the mouth is good, but the teeth is completely displaced. This should be in the correct position, but it's good for reference. Let me make the sides of the head exposed. There we go. Okay, I want to have the skirt. Well, the skirt, not skirt, but like this. What I called it the skirt, but it should have the exact same jeans on the, or not jeans, but the pants should be on the same as they are on the right side, even though they aren't exposed. I want to have the clothing be able to move away when the character moves, so the rest of the pants will be visible. Or it could be visible if I just had the strangest physics ever, where the person moves slightly to the side. You just had the entirety of the shirt shown. Let me see. Skirt? There we go. Is that, yeah, there we go. I'll have the line shown. Or just a line. That is way too far to the side here. I wonder if any of this would actually cause Inkscape to crash or anything to crash. I don't think I have any issues. I don't have any issues elsewhere. I might end up having stuff crash later on with live 2D. When I was rendering the background for the stream, it ended up crashing live 2D. I lost like 2 hours of progress with the background here, and I had to reanimate everything again. For a lot of this, just like for a lot of the textures, I have the stroke and the solid background completely separated. And I do this just by habit, but it's not something that I do have for the purpose of using later on. A lot of the time I'm just doing this by habit, but for something like for something that has a texture like this, where there's a seam at the side, this is intentional. This is going to be, if you zoom in, it's hid by the side of the stroke here. This seam is between the stroke and the line art and the solid gray color. And this is so that when this character looks to the side here, the seam is going to be more closer to the center of the shorts or further away, or maybe disappear entirely with the use of a mask. It's not quite helpful here. I have seams separated here, separated from the stroke itself. I know that's separated, but it doesn't need to be. Actually, it might not be. I know I say I know it is, but I don't think it actually is. Never mind. The arms go further into the body so that I could have later on a arm shifting upwards. It'll reach up, and the rest of the outfit will actually move down the arm just a little bit further up to the neck. I have a lot of things like that where I try to make it flow better. I want more things to move with the model. Just a really small, well, a big collection of really small things, which gets to be a bit of a mess. Having all these subtle changes with the animation, all these subtle things kind of make it, well, it's difficult to see if there's an issue if you have subtle movements compared to something dramatic. But that's what I like to do for animating, is having a bunch of small movements, such as things I will probably mention later on. I'll mention later on in live 2D all these different subtle features I have in the model, instead of trying to talk about now would be too difficult. I'll show the VTuber model. I'll show the rigging later on, but it'll be after getting the model started and showing the very beginning of modeling, including movement to the face and breathing and art meshes. A lot of that is really tedious, so I'll just skip ahead with art meshes. Well, I'll go ahead and start that off later on. But for right now, I'll be ending off on the stream. It's been a good couple hours with a lot of just me talking, instead of showing how to do everything. I'm not very good at this. I'm still very much new to this. I think most people could probably tell, especially just with me as a PNG. I still have my own model, but I haven't rigged it just yet. I've been working on a bunch of other stuff for other people, which makes me, well, a bit more motivated to work on stuff for other people than for myself. So this model is what's going to be given away later on, a different version of it with different textures. When I say different textures, I mean stuff that's not shown off here, but this is actually how it's going to actually look later on, with a lot of flattish colors and gradients. That's more my style, with very minimal detailing. Although it's all a bit of a learning process. I want to learn things this weekend. I'll probably be learning it on stream, or in the stream of Rokumatsuri on the Discord. Learning new things every day. It's kind of the fun of live TD, is coming up with solutions to problems you've introduced by having just new and weird designs. But I'll be ending off today. I'll be doing a raid on someone. I'm not too sure who's live right now. I have a bunch of stuff opened, but hopefully someone for Rokumatsuri is open right now. I wonder if Roku will be live actually. Maybe we'll have to see. Thank you all for being around here. I'll be away for a couple hours and returning, not on Twitch but on the Discord in a couple hours after a little supper. I'll be working on live 2D after this. And if anyone has a VIP on the Rokumatsuri, I'll be able to just work on stuff on stream. But for everyone, I'll just be answering questions or asking questions if anyone has like, hey, what are you doing? Doesn't look right. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that doesn't look right, but it's all just more like a crash course in how I make stuff. So there's not a lot of stuff that I say this weekend that'll be a definitive way of approaching making a model. It's mostly just for fun. Mostly just for fun. Maybe I'll just have the VOD uploaded to YouTube later on then. I probably won't cut up the video and edit it later on and put it all together because this tutorial itself will probably just be mostly a mess of me just chatting with other people. Thank you all for being around here for the first day of Rokumatsuri. On Discord there'll be a bunch of different people live, such as the Burning Tavern. There'll be Magical Tarot. Did I say that right? Tarot? I think so. Oh, wait a second. I'm accidentally clicking a bunch of the wrong things. I accidentally opened up Discord and just moved a bunch of stuff around, I think. Your Pog? No, you. Wait a second. I was saying no, you, but I know the Uno card is going to pop up somewhere weird. Where is it? There we go. Okay, it's in my hair. No, you. Your Pog. All of you. Pog. Not a single one of you isn't. Thank you all for being around here. I'll be ending stream, but I need to go find someone to raid. Anyone have any recommendations? I did have a recommendation the other day, but I wanted to see if anyone is doing a Twitch stream focused on Rokumatsuri. Wait a second, I have to move some windows around. Hopefully it doesn't make anything crash. It feels like something is going to end up crashing today. There's just so much. There's so many windows open. There's too many. Someone is doing a subathon? Heck yeah! Wait, who will it be? There we go. I'm kind of jumbling out my words. I'm pretty nervous this weekend. It's been a lot of work, a lot of side work, such as this background, which I really like. I really like the model and the background. I meant to say background. Where is it? I'll move this. There we go. Gate opening soon. Heck yeah. Ophelia Iceling? Yeah, it's a pretty cool name. I like that. 1 second. Are they still alive? Probably. I trust you that they're still alive. I'll go check them out though in a moment. I mean right now. It's just loading for a really long time. There are way too many things open. 21 more hours. Oh yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like they'll be live. Wait a second. I'm getting ads again. I haven't gotten ads on Twitch for like 4 months, and they started giving me ads again. I wonder why. It's a little funky. Apparently I had accidental ad block or something like that. Oh, they were playing Dead by Daylight. Heck yeah. Rated her earlier though. We will do it again. We will have a spoop/chan raid where, I mean, no. That'll sound weird later on. It'll make it sound like that you're streaming too. Are you streaming? That'd be cool. I hope to see you later on. See you later on, spoops, and all of y'all. Ophelia looks really cool. I like the color. I mean, there's a lot of things, but I really like that color purple. First thought, just chan raid. Okay, just chan raid with a spoop in chat. That's about it. Probably tomorrow. Heck yeah. I'll be doing my best to watch. It might be at a time where I'm doing Rokumatsuri this stuff though. But I'll try my darndest to make it. Let's go ahead and see Ophelia. Ophelia. Iceland. There we go. Heck yeah, Dead by Daylight. There we go. Thank you all for being around here. I'll be around tomorrow for another stream live from Rokumatsuri, but I'll be mostly live only through the Discord space alone. It'll crash anyway. It will crash, but it will be a magnificent crash. It'll be a good stream. I hope you have an amazing stream tomorrow. And thank you all for joining me. We're still live. We're still live later on, but I'll be closing the gate for a little bit and opening up live 2D and the like, and eating. There'll be a lot of eating. I'll see you all later on. Thank you for the recommendation, Swoops. Hope to see you all around later. And thanks for being around. Wait a second. I didn't think of how to actually end this. Thank you all for being around. Wait, I just realized I changed around all the hotkeys. Boop.